YouTube? Welcome back to another review. Today's review is going to be on the SH Figuarts Ultraman Ginga. I'm pretty late on this. I know this came out for a while, but Ultraman, and especially Ultraman Ginga, is something that I've recently been getting into. So I definitely had to do a review of this. First Ultra series I've ever watched was Ultraman Orb, which I definitely enjoyed. It was a much shorter series, especially being like a Kamen Rider fan and a Super Sentai Power Rangers fan, which have longer episodes. So Ultraman Orb being like 11, 12 episodes, definitely was a show that made me wanting more episodes. And that was years ago, which I had watched Ultraman Orb, and that was the first Ultra series I watched. I've seen things like the Netflix series, but I recently just got back into Ultraman, and I decided to give a chance on Ginga, and I thought it was really dope. I think the second season was definitely one that I had a little bit more action. It was definitely something that I enjoyed, but ultimately, overall, it was a great series. So this is Ultraman Ginga from the first season. So here you go. Got the product shot of the figure itself. Got Ginga right there. On the side, you get Ultraman Ginga, another look at him, and then on the back you get your figure, and then the accessory comes with. So this is definitely the older style SH Figuarts box. Now they've switched it up. Everything's a little bit more concise. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, YouTube, and this is how Ginga looks outside of the packaging. Now I do want to let you know that I did get this from a Mercari seller, but nonetheless, this is super dope. Comes with all the accessories. So as you can see, he has a very distinct look, very different from many different Ultramen. Typically across the board, Ultraman usually has a pretty similar design across the board, but this look for the character definitely was something that made me interested in the character itself. So yeah, you get that nice translucent blue, and in the show it really pops. And I'm sure with the lighting, this will look really nice. But there you go. You got the nice contrasting yellow eyes. You got that blue timer. And then you get the fin in the back. So he looks really, really dope. Nothing really, no complaints on that regard. And then he does have his special effect for the Ginga cross shoot. Looks really nice. One thing that I will say that older SHF has done a lot better than, especially now, was that, back in the day for SHF, they really gave you your money's worth. Nowadays, it seems like SHF is giving you just the bare bones, bare minimum, and they kind of bait you into buying different figures to get additional accessories, as opposed to how it was before, where, they just gave it to you, gave you everything up front. All right, and then here we got his Ginga spear. This form of the spear, I remember seeing, what's it called? Pictures of this, and I was like, where the hell is this thing in the show? And I kid you not, this was literally at the very last episode of season 1 for maybe a few minutes, if that. So I always thought that was interesting that this ended up being, one of the accessories that came with it. In season 2, you get a different look of the Ginga spear. It's more pronounced, and it looks like an actual spear itself. In the season 1, it was just like a spear-shaped lightsaber type thing. And then you got 2 hands. The open hands, you gotta have these with Ultraman, without a doubt. Okay. And then also you get the 2 karate chop hands too, so he can do his signature special move, which is the Ginga cross shoot. There you go. And then last up for the hand accessories, you also do have the open holding hands for the spear itself. They have the 2 holes in there, so you can see, so you can hold the spear. And then last but certainly not least, you also do get the red colored timer right there. If he is, running low on energy, this is the effect that you would see. It only has about a 3-minute time frame for him to be in Ginga form, so to speak. So and I feel like throughout the Ultraman series, that's always been debatable, right? Sometimes he'll be in there for longer, sometimes it'll be 2 seconds and he already has it on. All right, but enough about that. Let's get into the figure itself. So he again has great articulation. The side to side, which looks really nice. Again, I would be careful with these fins. I mean, I don't think that they're going to break, but just to be on the safe side. There you go. Yeah, he looks really nice. You get a nice hinge up. The shoulder pads are connected to the arm, so it goes with it, so it's not a separate floating piece, which I really like. And then he also does have the bicep swivel too. I've seen other SHF Ultramen where it's all just one piece, so I really like that touch. And then he does have that double jointed elbow right there. And then for articulation, he does have nice articulation on the torso, more so crunching forward than anything else. And then for legs, he does have up. He does go to the side. I think he goes to the side. For some reason, it doesn't want to go out to the side. Oh, there you go. It's actually pretty tight. So there you go. Yep, goes out to the side. And then with these, I don't think this is an older style SHF, but the previous SHFs I've seen, if you're familiar with Kamen Rider Gaim, there was a little hinge right on the side that you could see, and I hated those because I feel like with those types of articulation for the legs, it really just made the joints feel a lot looser over time, especially with the weight of the figure. So I never liked that. And then you just swivel. He does have a double jointed knee right there, and then does have pivot up, down, and then he does have that toe joint, which right now is a little bit stuck, so I'm not gonna push it. There you go. But yeah, let's get him into a fighting pose. Alright, YouTube, so yep, this is how Ginga looks in a fighting pose. Looks really, really nice. Ultimately, if you guys are thinking about it, I highly recommend it. Either this one or Ginga Strium, which is the Season 2 version of Ginga. It's a little upgraded version of Ginga. I highly recommend it. This figure is super dope, and I feel like this is definitely something that's going to open up the the rabbit hole for me. I'm already looking into getting Victory too, because aside from Ginga, Victory is my dude too. I highly recommend you guys looking into it, checking out Ultraman Ginga. Maybe I would say that if you guys are looking for a good series with just a lot of action, I'd probably say Season 2 might be a little bit better. Season 1 was good in terms of like an overall dynamic of characters and friendship, whereas Season 2 is more action oriented. So it really depends on what you're preferable with. But ultimately, hey guys, I recommend you guys checking it out either way. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Peace.